Day of our Novena to the Sacred Heart. And today we have begun with reading a little passage from the Gospel of St. John, chapter 13, where Jesus speaks about humility. And this is the important aspect. If we want really to begin to get closer to Jesus, we have to start with humility. That's the prerequisites. We cannot get close to Jesus if we are not humble, if we do not want to serve others, to help others. No arrogant person will be able to understand the love of God, especially the love of Jesus. No proud person will be able to bow and help another person. It is something that cannot happen. So today we begin this novena with asking Jesus, first of all, this attitude of humility, to be like him. No master, no disciple is greater than the master. So it is important for us to really understand this invitation from Jesus. We have to begin this 9 days of preparation to the Sacred Heart with a deep sense of humility. The second point I want to make, every day we are going to read together the pastoral letter that our cardinal sent to us. Heart speaks to heart. And it is very beautiful to see how our cardinal really invites us to spend the whole month in honor and prayer to the Sacred Heart. It is an invitation which I think is so beautiful, especially nowadays. Our world today really needs the Sacred Heart. And this is the first topic we are going to meditate today. Why we need the devotion to the Sacred Heart. The Cardinal begins by explaining to us that today the world is in a very bad situation, especially with those COVID, with this control and restrictions from the government, with a lot of psychological and spiritual stress and depression. So the first aspect, it says, the letter of the Cardinal says that we really need today the devotion to the Sacred Heart. If we look around in the world, we see sickness and death. Imagine how many people, especially the past year, died alone. They couldn't have the comfort or a family member, not even the comfort of the faith, and they had to die alone. And the families could not even give the proper honor because they couldn't even do a funeral. Also, we have been living practically in prison because with lockdown we cannot even go out of the house. Many people couldn't see each other. Grandchildren couldn't touch their grandparents. They could only probably go to the door and say hello. So it is a very damaging restriction on the relationship that we have in a family, which we need in order to be real human beings. The hospital, nurses and doctors, they had somehow to limit themselves. They couldn't practice or be open to the sick people as before. And it is also a big crisis in terms of work. Many people lost their job, or many people, they have to scale down. They cannot even really go to work. So it has been a very difficult situation. Most of all, the isolation. Keep your distance. Even though we do it for medical reasons, but the effect is that we have become strangers to each other. And the churches were closed. When we needed most the strength and the courage of our faith, the churches were closed. Sacraments were denied. So you see that the situation in which we live today is very, very difficult. Especially, we could not have the Holy Eucharist, which is a food for our soul. So this is the situation even in our country, even in our cities, in our families. Then if you look a little bit more in general, the world itself is in turmoil. We see terrorism one country trying to destroy the other. We see the division in society. Actually, here in Canada, we are pretty good. We are still kind of united. But in many other countries, half of the country is against the other. One political party against the other. And they try not so much to help people, but to be able to control the others. Refugees are all over the place. Millions of people have been thrown out of their homes, their countries. Even martyrs. Christians have been slaughtered. You know, there are more martyrs today than when the persecution of the Roman Empire. Many people live with anger because they found out that the world is not really responding to the needs. So you see that the Cardinal says, yes, it is true we don't have a great world in which we live, but he says we have to be ready to storm the waters, to storm the weather. That means, yes, we are in this situation, but we want to be part of it. We want to be engaged. We want to help. And that's what the heart of Jesus is telling us today. We have a mission, especially we baptized. We have a calling. Jesus didn't put us here just to enjoy life. Yes, we enjoy life, but we help other people. We are here not for ourselves, but for others, like Jesus came to save us. It is very important to rediscover the sense of compassion. And that's what comes from the heart of Jesus. Compassion for one another. Compassion for those who are suffering, for those who are poor. And the Cardinal is telling us that we must go deeper into our spiritual life through prayer, meditation, scriptures, sacraments. If we want really to be able to help people, we have to deepen the compassion of Jesus in us, deepen the heart of Jesus in us. And then we'll be able really to bring solace and help to our country and especially to the world today. The world today really needs the devotion of the Sacred Heart. We have to rediscover that it is central in our Christian life to bring help, to bring meaning, to bring joy. It is so important for us to imitate the heart of Jesus. We'll see in the future that the heart of Jesus actually is the sacrificial love. But sacrificial means made with sacrifices. So we are going to ask today, in a very special way, we want to ask Jesus to give us a little bit of his heart, to help us to become like him, especially to help us to fill our own heart with his own love, so then we can go out and help all those who need the help of God. So this is the first topic today. We really need the devotion to the Sacred Heart today, because in the world we live, because in the situations we are. So now let us reflect on this, and then we'll continue with the litanies of the Sacred Heart.